Let's combine what we're learning about Lewis structures with what we learned last time. In the last lecture, we learned about VSEPR. And what we're going to do is we're going to combine VSEPR with Lewis structures to make 3D Lewis structures. And on the exams, you will be drawing 3D Lewis structures. Okay, so let's try this problem. We're going to combine the two to make the 3D Lewis structure of the sulfate ion SO42-. And put in chat, what is the central atom? We're now putting on our VSEPR hat. What is the central atom in SO42-? Is it the electropositive or the electronegative atom? Which is the central atom? It's the more electropositive atom, which is sulfur. And what is the steric number around that central atom, sulfur? How many electrons does oxygen give to the central atom? Put it in chat. How many electrons does oxygen give to the central atom? Put it in chat. Good, 0. So sulfur has 6 valence electrons. Oxygen gives 0. There's a -2 charge. What is the steric number of SO42-? Put it in chat. Put it in chat. 6 for sulfur, a -2, that makes 8 electrons, divided by 2. Steric number is 4. And what is the name of that shape? Steric number 4 with 4 peripheral atoms? Put it in chat. Tetrahedral. And now I'm going to give you a big clue to drawing 3D Lewis structures. You're not going to want to follow this clue, but you should do it. We now know the shape. We know where the atoms are located. What we don't yet know what the bonds are. At this point of the 3D Lewis structure, if it's a central atom 3D Lewis structure, do not draw the bonds. I know it's forming a tetrahedron. I can put the 4 oxygens in a tetrahedron around the sulfur. And you'll learn this weekend the best ways to draw a tetrahedron and the various shapes. But now, for us to figure out the number of bonds, we now need to put on a new hat. We need to put on our hat of thinking about formal charges. If sulfur has 2 bonds, what's its formal charge? Put it in chat. Sulfur has 2 bonds, what's its formal charge? Well, it's the oxygen common, its formal charge is 0. If sulfur has 3 bonds, what's its formal charge? These are the facts you need to know. Well, 3 bonds, the atom that most naturally gets 3 bonds is phosphorus, the pnictogen column. So sulfur would be +1 with 3 bonds. And here's something interesting. What if sulfur would have 4 bonds? What would its formal charge be? Well, the third row element that likes to make 4 bonds is silicon. Silicon formal charge 0 makes 4 bonds. Sulfur would have to have what formal charge? Put it in chat. And the answer is, put it in chat, +2. Okay, so sulfur with 4 bonds has +2. Now let's turn to the oxygen. If oxygen has 2 bonds, what's its formal charge? I think you already know the answer. It's neutral. And if oxygen has 1 bond, what's its formal charge? -1. And so now we need to figure out, we're looking at this picture here, and we're trying to figure out how many bonds I should put between the things. And I need to get the formal charges to add up to what number? Formal charges have to add not to neutral, to add to -2, as the ion is SO42-. And I'll give you 30 seconds then to figure out what kind of lines I should draw between the sulfurs and the oxygens. Okay. 20 more seconds for you to figure it out, and then also draw the formal charges. 10 more seconds. Okay. I'll now give you the solution. Then can you tell me afterwards if you got it right? The key is that sulfur with four bonds has formal charge 2+. Oxygen with 1 bond has formal charge 1-. So if I do that, that sulfur's got 4 bonds, it's 2+. The oxygen is 1-. If I add up all the formal charges, it's -2. This is the correct structure. What do I need to do now to finish the Lewis structure? Put it in chat. What do I need to do now to finish the Lewis structure? It's not done yet. You're still not going to get full credit. What do I need to get done? I need to add the lone pairs. It's following the octet rule of the atom, so the number of lone pairs plus the number of bonds adds up to 1. And this is the correct Lewis structure of the sulfate ion.